Also, I want you to sit forward in your chair as you would like a choral sitting, feet planted, but one a little bit farther back. Your back, not straight, but up. Okay, so we're gonna breathe in for 4 counts. I want you to breathe the incorrect way. So I want to see your chest expand and your shoulders go up, and your neck kind of tense up. So we're gonna breathe in for 4, and out for 4. Now let's do the good style of breathing, a diaphragmatic breathing. So we want to see that diaphragm lower and your abdominal wall expand. So breathe in for 4, and out for 4. Everybody place their hand on their diaphragm here. Really want to see that expansion. So we're going to do the same thing. We're going to go out on for 6 now. So in for 4. One more. So I'm going to do the same thing, but I want you to articulate that that sound with your breath in 8 notes. So it's going to sound like this. You don't want to stop the airflow at all, but you just want to kind of accent a little bit. So in for 4, the diaphragm. One more.
Where should we feel the movement? In our throat or?
Oh, you want to articulate it with your diaphragm. So if you can feel that kind of flex out the muscle area here. You don't want to articulate it with your throat. It's going to sound like this. Much more restrictive breath flow. So in for 4. Very good. Everybody stand up. Get in that proper tall alignment. Relax your knees, relax your shoulders, upwards. You're going to do the same thing. We're inhale for 4, and then we're going to go and roll right into the ragdoll. So in for 4. Same thing, lower down here. You're going to want to sit nice and relaxed, swivel back and forth a little bit. Relax the shoulders, and in for 4. Out on 6. Now we're going to do that 8th note thing, and every time you articulate this, lower a little bit. Stretch your spine with each one. So in for 4. Very good. Now back in for 4. And then back up. Make sure your head is the last thing up. Roll your shoulders back. Get back into full alignment.
If I may, Brendan, could you skip the next one just because you're 3 minutes and we do some resonance now?
Okay. Okay. Everybody find that cave space. Relax your jaw. Find the full extension. Find the no extension. And then find somewhere in the middle. Nice yawn. What we want to do is we're going to hum chew. You want to keep that open cave space. And then just wrap your lips around that shape. Now tell me about your day, hum chewing in a middle range. Now it is a Tuesday morning. It's nice and early, so you're really excited about it, right? So we want to hum chew in a higher range. And go into the lower range because it's still Tuesday. Very good. We're going to do a little bit of a resonance exercise. So we're going to go. Singing, we're going to go right to the NG sound and push right through that. So you want to have it sound almost nasal, very forward sound. Singing, singing, do. Singing, do. Singing, last one. Singing. Very good. So we want to put on our resonance hats now. Our resonance hat has a very wide brim. It goes all the way out to here. It's all the way behind you. Big old sombrero. So at the front of this resonance hat, this is going to be the most forward nasal sound you can make. If we were to do it on an ah sound, be ah, and as we go back, it's going to become more lofty and open. Ah. So this is 1, and this is 10. So follow my fingers, and everybody hold up their resonance hats here. So we're going to start with that nasal ah. Let's start back here. So if this is 1, and this is 10, let's do a 7. Start at that 10. Back to the 10. Start with the 1. Very good. So we have one last one. Follow the finger here. Do. Do it on E.
Good, and can you leave our larynxes in a more comfortable position? We just ended with that exercise. Yeah, I think I would swallow or do a vocal side there. Good. Did you hear the quality of sound on the last two start to change a little bit more strident there? Take a look at Brendan's lesson plan real quick. Thank you, Brendan. The good news is Brendan has multiple ways to get at these topics, and the challenge is which one do you choose, and maybe you alternate them or something, in your own rehearsal, just for timing. But I would say, you did some good work to get the breath pulsing and the breathing. I liked how the resonance for the hum chewing addressed different registers. That was really good. And I liked your singing. Did you make that up?
I think I did that in consort once. I'm not sure.
Yeah, but that's a great way to get to the NG nasal consonant, right? The resonant hat, really good understanding. Did you folks realize that he gave some verbal instruction, but he always paired it with the vocal model, right? I want you to all look at number 3, registration. So let's look at Brendan's lesson plan now, and let's look at number 3, registration, and tell me what vocal techniques this exercise addresses. So again, the vocal techniques are the ones from Jordan 11 that I keep, hoping that you'll go toward. Can you give Erin your lesson plan, because she doesn't have one? So any ideas? Vowel shape, yeah, so you could say diction is a vocal technique. Good. What else? We look at the melody of it. What are the characteristics of the melody that you notice? Okay, so it's going to help with legato vocal technique. Good. What else is it going to address?
Breathing.
Yes, but breath is inherent in anything we sing, so we want to talk about a production issue, so how we make the sound. We did the breathing earlier, but the registration addresses other things. What's going on between the C and the G? It's an interval, it's a leap. So do you notice that there's an upward leap there? And there's also a downward leap. So this exercise actually addresses 3 vocal techniques. And depending where you put it in register, it could be a range extension upward too, right? Or range extension downward, depending where it is. So when we start to look at melodies, especially in your choral scores, you can begin to think about, okay, let's look at the structure of the melodic line and compare it to, I know we haven't gotten into chapter 11 yet, but this is a good example of how we can marry those. Going back to the singing exercise, personally, I would say since it's early in the vocal production part of the warm-up, I would do that exercise but go down by half steps each iteration. It gets just a little bit tight early on, so we want to let the breath flow. So maybe you decide to start it a little higher and bring it down, but I don't know if I would go up on it. Great. So let's write to Brendan, and next up will be Emma.